Good morning, America. This is Dr. Churi from the Arid Zone. And today I have again another very interesting YouTube video, which is promising to upset a few people. 2 more days, and a chance will be given to us all to move on into the future or the past. All right, so before anything, okay, and as suggested in my latest YouTube video, if you returned and read the collected news reflecting my latest SOS to the World Deadly Window, chances are you gathered a little bit more of cosmic consciousness and, as always, learned a little bit more about the old science of astrology. So let's start again with the sad news of a famous people, passing on, and talking about, of course, Sean Connery, who was playing James Bond, died. Again, as I said, last time he was 90 years old. He had a long, beautiful life. He had a beautiful karmic life. And that is the beauty when you're terminal, when you do good things all your life. What you do, you reincarnate on this dense physical world with the right stars at the right time, with the right parents at the right country. And then you become James Bond, okay? You become Sean Connery. You become one of these famous people. And all your life is a blessing. Contrary to all the reptilians infected losers, negative, aggressive, non-advanced spiritual people who have a life of misery. And these are the ones that I'm trying to reach every single day through my UFO movies, explaining the power imparted to them and how the reptilians or the Draconis can either curse their life or bless their life if they pay attention and listen and be more of a positive human being. All right, so this is said famous death. What else do we have? Of course, my window always promotes earthquakes at or 6 or above. Okay, and then we have the 7.0 in Greece. Just refreshing your memories. Okay, and it happened on the 30th, or the exact date of that SOS of the World Deadly Window. What else do we have? A 20-year-old woman cast a ballot early before dying of cancer. Again, death news. Okay, we don't want to go into politics. Just read the keywords: death news. Dr. Ruth shares sex tips in the age of COVID-19 with Anderson Cooper. Sex news. Again, the keyword is mentioned. I am not a friend of Dr. Ruth. I didn't know she was going to talk to Anderson. I don't know Anderson either on CNN. But there you go. Dr. Churi knew that those two guys were going to be talking about sex on the 30th. That's all it comes down to it. Okay? I'm not a psychic. I'm a different type of scientist, okay? Somebody which is perceived as a weirdo by the idiots and a genius, for those who can think or can observe or investigate my work. All right, now let's see what we have. COVID-19 model predicts death may triple in mid-January. That's interesting because that is a forecast that I have. December and January are going to be a really, really nasty time as far as COVID-19 is concerned. That's why you should wear your mask, keep your distance, wash your hands, and follow science. Be smart. Don't be an idiot. All right. If you don't want to do it for you, do it for anybody else who has an old guy at home like me, who doesn't want to die just yet. All right, move on. Greek Orthodox priest shot with sawed-off shotgun outside a church in Lyon, France. Terrorism. Okay, keyword is very clear. Now we are moving. We were moving from a shocking, unusual window explosion that involved, of course, the keyword of France, and that's why last few days we had France involved in the international news, involving with, of course, terrorism. When I tell you and profess that, excuse me, The reptilians have created all religion to create chaos because they cannot survive without chaos and death. Maybe you will understand me one day. What else do we have? Quebec stabbing attack leave 2 dead, 5 hurt, suspect in medieval clothes arrested. Talking about the past. Talking about terrorism. I mean, you click on the link, it's live, okay? Chances are this is an infected kid or somebody which is gone, either too much drugs, schizophrenic. I mean, the reasons are endless, my good friend, but this person was definitely reptilian infected to do that. And they are all over you, all over the place. What else do we have? 7 arrested after vigil for black man shot and killed by sheriff in Washington state turned teens. Again, police. California police declare riot after violence attack on pro-Trump demonstrator. Police. Keywords that I generated for the 30th during this window. It's all happening, is all in front of your faces. Okay, what else do we have? Philippine orders evacuation as world's strongest typhoon of 2020 approaches. My friends, had you put your hand on my 2020 Nostradamus Dragon forecast, in August 2019, I wrote, it'll be a year of wind and fires. I mean, scroll down the newsletter and start to pay attention to the extreme abnormality, okay, that has created all those natural disasters, which I picked up before you read about it on Fox or CNN or whatever you're watching. Can't make this stuff up? No, you can't. All right. Guys, let's see what we have. A power company, electrical equipment, started one of the most destructive fire in the history of California. Again, a year of wind and fire. One more reason for you to put your hand on my 2021 Nostradamus personal and universal dragon forecast. The link is there, okay? The link is there. There's another link also, which is asking you to either join the Cosmic Code, okay? Read our newsletter, read the news before they happen, enjoy our various forecasts, and let us guide you on a daily basis, okay? Don't play Russian roulette by ignoring God's cosmic design and think you're gonna get away with it because you do not know about it, because nobody taught you about it. It's not a good excuse to avoid a heavy penalty, because there is no room for ignorance on this dense physical world. Knowledge is power, ignorance is evil. You heard me saying that a few times before. All right, what else do we have? History Titanic, a letter written by hero pastors who died in disaster surface. Again, if you have watched one of my latest video, I elaborate quite a lot about Mercury retrograde, okay? Affairs and people of the past will come back. Your washer dryer, your telephone, your watch, my light, by the way, my light right here. That's why this video is not as clear as usual. Just died on me. Again, you can't make this stuff up. Mercury retrograde. We start to do everything he can for the next month and a half to stop you moving forward. What Mercury wants you to do is to slow down, okay, and reevaluate everything that you may not have been able to digest as far as my work is concerned, obviously. So you become more spiritual, more intuitive, and you're able to analyze yourself a little bit better with my guidance and understand the older science of astrology a little bit better during this Mercury retrograde. And do not follow the date of modern astrology, because modern astrology is what creates horoscopes and start and finish on your horoscope magazine. Stay with the real thing, okay? Stay with the real information. All right, this creates all sorts of nasty weathers. It affects the GPS of all the animals. Birds are flying into a building and die by the thousands. Any mammals, including whales, dolphins, God knows what. Look for the open oceans, but they beach themselves. As simple as that. There's all sorts of things going on with Mercury retrograde. So click on that Mercury retrograde, read or watch the video if you did not. Improve your cosmic awareness, my good friend. And in reference to Titanic, you're not going to believe this, since we're talking about the past. Okay, imagine me saying to all the people about to embark in the Titanic, no, don't go. Don't go. Well, Captain Smith would have said, okay, let's call the cops and get this lunatic out of my face. Okay, he's trying to stop our voyage, our maiden voyage to the United States. You know what, my friend? On that day, Mercury was retrograde. The moon was waning, negative, and the moon was in Pisces, oceans. All this combined together made sure that nobody could communicate with each other's, okay? There were ships next door to the Titanic. It took 2.5 hours before it went down. Plenty time for any of the ships to come close and save more people. No, communication is screwed over with Mercury retrograde. The same thing happened, as I said in my last video, about me trying to reach NASA. Please don't send the shuttle. You're going to kill 70 innocent astronauts. Did they listen? No. What happened? Boom, Mercury retrograde. Saturn release of energy in one of these Uranic windows. They are no accident, my good friends. And JP Morgan, which was part of this white line, okay, was not on that ship, but he paid a hell of a lot of money. And he said that millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. Did he know that it was not a good time for him to take that voyage and take a chance in dying in the middle of a very cold ocean, Atlantic Ocean? Did he know? Well, he certainly knew quite a lot about astrology, that's for sure. And in case you didn't know, if you go to Las Vegas and you decide to go through the Hoover Dam, you will see a big, huge astrological chart, which means the engineers who build that beautiful, beautiful dam, they watch the stars. My friend, you stop at the red light, you stop at the stop sign in the street. And again, because you do not see the other side of my hand, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There is another set of laws, okay? A set of laws that will avoid you losing your life, especially during my negative window, Plutonic window, like we are now, okay? And in one of you on a negative cosmic biorism. The idea is for you to bypass your religious fear, to bypass your indoctrination, your skepticism, if your parents were atheist or religious, or if you follow any religion, bypass all this, because this is not how God speaks to us. Incidentally, the Muslims and the Arabs, which are under a negative Neptunian energy in the Middle East, are there. That's why they are in their tank and they cannot connect with the West. Okay, you could see their flag, the sun and the moon. They are the first one who actually delegate astrology. And the energy still reflects and still is in their flag, the sun and the moon. And they speak under the water. I got to give you a metaphor. They speak under the water. Pisces, poison. You don't poison only the entire world with oil, because the Middle East is the highest producer of oil, but also with religion, where the three youngest, deadliest religions were born. The Christians, the Muslims, and the Jew were born there. Does make this Jesus Arab? Think about it. My gosh, there is so much you have to know, my good friend. Now, in reference to today's newsletter, America again has a choice between the past and the future on November the 3rd. When you look this, Biden campaign cancels Texas event after Trump supporters surround bus on interstate. For God's sake, can't you see what I'm saying to you here? Can't you see, under the jurisdiction and being stimulated by Trump, which has a racist UCI, I'm not saying that, okay, his family said, not me, his niece. She even wrote a book. Okay, understand me. Don't kill the messenger. Don't be an idiot here. Appreciate the information instead of thinking I'm a big egocentric or I don't know what I'm talking about just because you're emotionally connected with your president and you cannot detach yourself from your political or political views or your conspiracy views, whatever it is. Look at the facts. That's intimidation. That's separating. Okay, that is real bad. That's an omen to what Trump, so desperate to keep power, will do in order not to pay his karma and go into jail or whatever he did. I don't want to go there, okay? Understand what I'm trying to say here. You would never, ever accept a school teacher or a football leader or anybody in your family to behave remotely negatively. How come did we let the president make it a normal thing to become like an ass, to be so unpresidential? How come did we let ourselves go down to that level? The reptilians put this president in power. You like it or not, that's what they do. And these guys, people that follow Trump, have machine gun. And if, in order to stay in power, they have to use it. Everything points out that they will. So when I warn you about the reptilian mad dance of evil, maybe you should pay a little bit more attention and go and vote. Go and vote. Show what you feel for liberation. Okay, it's not right for billionaires who have never worked a day of their life or landed with billions of dollars when they were born with 10 gold spoons in their mouth to pay $750 taxes because a bunch of attorneys that he can't pay a lot of money will allow you to use the loops. It is not right for him to get a disease that has killed 220,000 Americans, to get the top of the top, the cream of the cream of medication and doctors and escape with his life. And you or your family member, and many of my friends who have died of this virus already, don't have this luxury. It's time for you to think rationally, okay? Remember, in that newsletter, and it's critical that you go and read it, okay? You're going to see, you're going to read a few things, okay? But without cosmic consciousness, the mass of unconscious people that are endorsing or vibrating at the same negative, constructive, racist, Republican cosmic speed as Trump can only and robotically act out their stars and their fears and their ignorance. Okay, I'm going to take my case to make you aware of what I'm trying to say and understand why it's critical for you to support and propagate my cosmic teachings. I was born in February under the constellation of Aquarius, okay, with my sun sign in Pisces. Okay, and at 70 years old, believe me, my natal stars have bloomed to the best of what God intended me to do, to become and do. Aquarius, okay, I have a stellium, which means a lot of planet in that sign. I had to go into the universal mind, transfer, understand, elaborate, translate all this cosmic wisdom and how God speaks to us. Jesus' initial cosmic ministry, put everything in a jar. That's the symbol of Aquarius. And then I'm passing on this wisdom using technology. Remember, Aquarius was technology, computers, whatever you're looking at now, technology, Aquarius, the new age, the future, okay? I'm passing on this wisdom to a very thirsty world. That's Aquarius, okay? Now, you can click on any of the signs to read your own characteristic. Now, another thing, do you think it's an accident for Ivanka Trump or Hillary Clinton to be born in October, 2 days apart, and for both of those ladies to be attracted to power, knowing both of them are Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about power? Do you think it's an accident? Okay, better yet to come. Do you think it is also an accident for Glenn Beck, okay? For Mike Broomhead, for Sean Hannity, for Cherish Joe Arpaio, Rush Limbaugh, to share the same conservative, healthy, rational, puritanical, cleansing, racist UCI. Virgo. It is not an accident, but you did not do your homework. You didn't take the time to study how God speaks to us through the sign. You didn't take the time to do the stars of Glenn Beck, Arpeggio, Broomhead, Sean Hannity, and Rush Limbaugh. You didn't take the time. I did. And I'm offering that wisdom, that rare cosmic wisdom right here, right now. And for that, you should not hate me by giving you the light and upgrading your psychical vibration, my good friends. You know, back in 2014, okay, that's a few years ago, okay, I wrote an article titled Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, Mike Broomhead, Sean Hannity, Joe Arpaio, and of course, Rush Limbaugh were born racist. Go and read what I wrote in 2014. I was well ahead of time. And when you hear and see these people on national radio, national television, talking the way they do about foreigners, following the lead of their president, which is also racist, okay? Now you need to be careful, my good friends. Your president shares the same cosmic energy as Hitler. That's why I wrote the quatrain years ago, warning you. And if you click on his spinning heads the day before he got elected, I explained from A to Z to how and why and when today we became to who we are. It is extraordinarily serious to pay attention to this newsletter. Okay. And it is because of this lack of cosmic education that both the Republicans and the Democrats, okay, who could never understand each other's and will do all in their power to kill each other if they have to, because they are all under the jurisdictions of their commander-in-chief, Mr. President Trump. And they all vibrate. They all have the same stars, the same fear of power, same fear of the government, the same attraction to conspiracy that are entirely unfounded. Wow, this is serious. And then you're going to see a picture of the president holding the Bible. Again, reader, all religion were created by the reptilians and all religions separate, okay? They separate. Those archaic teaching breed animosity, ISIS, chaos, fear, and death. And that's why you have this Greek Orthodox priest that was shot outside of a church in France. And then you got this crazy guy that, again, beheads. This is insane, my friend. You can see what religion does. Astrology unify. You have a sun sign, you have a dragon, you have a moon sign, you have a rising, you have a Pluto in its sign. Every human being, regardless of your colors, regardless of your genes, regardless of anything, you have a sun sign, you have a UCI, a unique celestial identity, and not a single human being is born the same. With this in mind, do you think your religions are going to help us to connect? The age of Aquarius is the age of the future. That's why Democrat wants to get rid of the fossils and use technology, wind, solar, God knows what. The Republicans refuse to grow. They want to stay in their religion. They want to stay at church. They don't like foreigners. They're afraid of being invaded, okay, like Trump, okay? They refuse to go into the future and also support the age of Aquarius, which is humanitarianism, which is getting those kids back to their parents. It's so critical for you to understand the opportunity that you have to move on towards the age of Aquarius, okay? Towards the age of humanitarianism, unification, because all Republicans refuses to grow. They want to stay where they are. and they'll die for it. And they got machine gun and hiding their animosity and their cosmic ignorance behind those bullets. You're taking chances with evil. You can avoid all that. The stars do not endorse President Trump. You heard me saying that a million times. However, the reptilians do. And as I said in 2016, if Trump's get reelected, it's because of the Russian. And if you think the Russians are not playing their dirty games right now, you must be joking. All they want is this country to be split. They don't want the United States of America being the leader of this world, a country who has a head of the dragon in Leo, designed by God to rule, to control, to guide, to help, to love. Trump has put this country in a box with this big wall, which has turned into the secret enemy, COVID-19. My good friend, you are so much more, as I said so many times to you, than blood, flesh, and bone. You are a human being. You're a human being. You have the power to create. You are in charge of your destiny. You cannot let the reptilians who need your fear, chaos, racism, religion, the past to stop us moving towards the future, unification, love, integrity, intelligence, cosmic education, and the realization of our space brothers sooner or later working with us. But we have to grow up to these vibrations. And that's why you're here listening to Dr. Cherry each time I make a video. And I'm trying my best. I'm really trying my best. The good news is, I know, okay, it's so very little people that I reach, maybe 1,000, okay, or maybe more, who knows, okay, who knows. But what I'm trying to say is I'm will push the light, cosmic wisdom, peace, happiness, integrity, education, as much as I can, because that's what the age of Aquarius is all about. And this is exactly what the Republican cannot understand, because nobody has educated them. And it goes the same with the Democrats. Positive, negative, up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang, two eyes, two arms, two legs, two sides of the brain, the reptilians, the draconis. Both the Republican and the Democrats are affected by their stars. If their stars are loaded with Earth, rational, Neptune, of course they don't want to go into the future because they're afraid of the future. They're afraid of death. They don't understand God. They don't understand their own hell. They don't understand that there is no death. But if someone teaches them, like I'm teaching you one step at a time, what really is going on as far as the mother of science, astrology is concerned, and as far as the ETs are concerned, this world will make some serious progress, and we will live one day in time and space in the future, the end of the age of Aquarius, and we will benefit. We will really, really benefit and being blessed by the essence of love and light, integrity, the age of Aquarius. And being born myself with a tremendous and intense astrological chart loaded with Aquarius. This is why I'm dedicating with the stars. This is why I'm feeding you with the water of supreme wisdom from the cosmic code. That's Dr. Cherry. All right, now, here goes my latest one. Okay, this is a little talisman. So if you're depressed, if you want to reach extraterrestrials, you need to raise your vibration. You may be born with, for example, no enough Venus in your sign. Okay, Venus is the color copper. Venus is copper. Each planet has a color and has a metal and has a very specific vibration. So if you are not enough copper, so to speak, color in your chart, you will become repellent. You find it very hard to find love and to be nice to other people. Okay, so this talisman is designed to bring that energy to you. I captivate this energy, I put it in there and I give it to you. I'm not a jewel designer. That's why it looks terrible. But you know what? This is all I can do. This is all I can do with the best of my wisdom. Captivate those cosmic winds into this talisman. So, you know, Google talisman Dr. Turi and read all about the power of talismans. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to finish with this. Again, I don't know what it is. So we're going to do it this way. All right. Are you ready? What is the energy for this election? The magician. You see, you were born with some tools. They are on the table. These are your stars, your intuition, your education, your curiosity, your blessings. They are on the table. The battler is a magician. Now, today, I'm giving you more tools, more spiritual tools that help you to regenerate. Now, if you understand my tools, use my tools, okay, you will have the magical power to turn things as they want them to be. In other words, you'll become a magician. So it's all entirely up to you to vote and have the magical power to turn things around and aim for the light, aim for the age of Aquarius, aim for the age of unification. Don't be afraid, because this is a higher order that no human being on planet Earth will ever be able to alter. It's coming, you like it or not. All right, my good friend, hopefully we see you again. Remember, Trump, absolutely no chance of being reelected. The stars are completely against him. However, the reptilians and the Russians want him to be reelected. So let's hope. All right. Make it a beautiful day, my good friend. And God bless all of you. Bye-bye.